This is question 5C. I want to spend a little bit of time on this one because as much as it's 3 marks, it's something you can work out quite easily as long as, well, let's go through it first and I'll tell you what the prerequisite for this is. In the final stage, nitrogen dioxide reacts with water as shown by the following equation: 2NO2 plus H2O off the hydrogen ion, NO3 minus and HNO2. Give the oxidation state of nitrogen each of the following. Well, we're going to have a look at the first two first. Well, obviously. What you need to know is the oxygen state of the oxygen ion. Well, it's O2 minus. If you don't know, within the core structure, one of the resources within AS and A2 is a list of anions and cations you need to memorise. But we know it's O2 minus. Well, looking at the first species there, we have 2 oxygen atoms, or 2 oxygen ions. So I need times 2, which gives a 4 minus. There's no overall charge, so if our oxygens are 4 negatives, 4 minuses, we must have nitrogen must be providing 4 positives. And since there's only one nitrogen atom, it will be N and 4 positive charges to it. Looking now, using the same idea for NO3 minus, well, now we've got 3 oxygens. So I've got O2 minus, and this time I've got 3 of them. So that gives us an overall 3 times 2, 6 minuses. But when we look at the oxygens, the whole species, we need to have an extra minus left over. So we need 1 less positive. If I had 6 positives, 6 plus charges, it'd cancel out. So I'd have a neutral species here, but I don't. So I've got 1 less. 1 less positive. We've got 1 nitrogen, so it must be nitrogen, but this time it must be 5 plus. 5 positives. Because again, if we had 6 positives, we would end up with 6 minuses on the oxygens, cancelled out completely. Okay, this one looks a bit trickier, but it's not. It's just a little bit longer. We've got 2 oxygens, and from our first question, we know the overall for 2 oxygens is 4 minus. So we've got 4 negatives. So I'm just going to write it down here a little bit bigger. We've got H, N, O2. These are 4 negatives. Now, overall our charge here is neutral. We know hydrogen. Hydrogen's a positive ion. So straight away, as soon as I add my 1 positive to my 4 negatives, I've got 3 negatives. So overall so far I've got 3 negatives, and now I'm going to add my nitrogen. Well, if I've got a neutral or the species, I need to get rid of those 3 negatives, and the way I'd get rid of them is by having 3 positives. So here it's N3 plus. And if we look at it, 3 positives, 4 positives including the hydrogen, and 4 negatives from the oxygen. So 3 positives add a positive is 4 positives. Take away or remove 4 negatives and they cancel each other out. Okie dokie.